we've known that you had a competition with Sylvester Stallone back in your guys. You and Sly and all of the action stars, what was crazy about that generation was those were not just the action stars, those were the biggest stars in Hollywood.
Hits, yeah.
Like they outshined all of the other actors in Hollywood. It was the heyday of action movies, and you and Sylvester really went toe-to-toe. Obviously, being a Philadelphian, Rocky's a big movie to Philadelphia. But back in the day, what was the competition like? Were there certain movies where you guys felt like you were going back and forth?
Well, first of all, let me just say that what made us be that big was that we created an era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about it, that before us, there were no action movies where the guys were really believable, physically speaking,
right,
that they could do this action.
Yeah.
So we were the first ones that came on the scene with Rocky.
Yep.
He looked very athletic and he looked very good, and his skills in boxing was fantastic. So that, and of course his acting was mind-blowing in that movie, and that's why it won all these awards. And then when I came out, with Conan, people just couldn't believe that, oh man, because they always said,
I might name my first kid Conan.
We could never have done Conan without Schwarzenegger, because there was no one around that had a body like that,
right,
and it could act.
Yeah.
So I was kind of the perfect guy for that time, and there were no stunt guys around that had a body like that. So I had to kind of do most of my stunts myself. There was a few things that Terry Leonard did, who was the stunt coordinator, but he always did everything from far away. And we had, this camouflage paint that had on it.
Yes.
Conan.
Yeah.
And so they painted him up like that, so he looked somewhat like me, right? But it was far enough away so that we sold the idea of
Hollywood,
doing it
baby.
quickly.
It's Hollywood.
Exactly.
Come on now.
To do the stunts. But I mean, it was like really frustrating because I had to do a lot of the stuff. I was trampled on by horses. I fell off. I did the sword fights. I got cut with the swords and all of this kind of stuff. So, but I mean, we created an era of action movies where the guys like, Jean-Claude Van Damme and all of those guys came in. They were ripped, they were muscular, and so then it became a competition. It's like, but not just a competition of who has the best body, but it was kind of like who has the lowest body fat. Who sells the most tickets at the box office?
Oh, yeah.
Who uses the biggest knives in a movie? Who kills more people in a movie?
Yeah.
Who kills the more people in the most creative way in a movie? And so the competition was so insane in every direction. Who uses the biggest gun?
Oh, yeah.
So Sly used in Rambo a huge machine gun that he barely could hold up, right? And so I said to the guy, when I did Commando, I said, guys, we got to go and use a machine gun that is mounted on a helicopter or on a tank, not for a human being. And so I was holding this gun. I couldn't hold it up. It had like a stand underneath because it was so heavy. It was so huge. And I'm in the jungle there, boom, 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 nailing the jungle trees and all that stuff. So it was crazy.
So
the competition was insane.
Yeah.
But with all the competitiveness, the day when we look back, we laugh at it because we're very good friends and we help each other all the time. And so we laugh at it, and we actually have come to the conclusion that because of this competition, we were kind of like working extra hard because, as you know, competition creates performance.
Yeah.
If you have no
Brings the best out of
competition,
everybody.
there's no performance,
These action
right?
guys
so
are just too fucking kind right now.
So
you guys are way too fucking kind.
Oh no, we just grind it out. And we were competing, and now it's a friendly competition. It's always a competition.
Yeah.
But I mean, now he's doing Tulsa King. I'm doing my Fuba series starting in a month, and he's starting to shoot, I think, in a week or two. And so it is fun to see him successful, I'm successful, and we're doing it together, kind of thing. And we laugh about the good old days.
Hell yeah, I'm sure you do.
How close were, because it had to be at least offered and on the table, how close were you to being a villain in Rocky?
Oh.
I was never offered the villain in
what?
Rocky. No. I was never offered the villain. First of all, I wouldn't have taken it. And I think that Sly knew that. But I mean, the villains that he had, let's not forget, I mean, they were priceless.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about, Carl
know.
Weathers, right? I mean, it
Carl
was
Weathers,
how,
yeah,
how
perfect.
good he
Apollo.
was. I mean, it was unbelievable. Or Dolph Lundgren.
Let's be honest, Dolph was good, but if I think of a German,
No, Dolph
Machine.
Lundgren.
Yeah.
Dolph
Come on,
Lundgren. He
come
was
on.
tall. He was
He
6
was.
feet,
Arnold.
6 feet
All right,
tall,
all right.
and
Dude,
he
you
was
would've-
fantastic.
He was
I
great. It was a
love
great
Dolph
movie.
Lundgren.
They might have had to
And
change the script.
in
That's
the
what it really is.
Yeah. Then Mr. T.
yeah,
How about Mr. T?
Mr. T, Hulk
That was
Hogan
also
in Rocky
great, yeah.
III.
Hulk Hogan, exactly. These were great villains in there, in the opposite styles. So I think that he did a good job picking those guys.
Nice.
But
Well,
I mean,
he's
we did a
badass.
movie together. You know,
Expendables?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Expendables, yeah, and then also Escape Plan.
Escape Plan.
Yeah. So they changed the title from Tomb to Escape Plan, and Sly and I did that together, which was really fun to work with him on that film. And so maybe we do something else in the future. Who knows?
Nice.